grouped up in that little cubby hole, it allows Big Fat to get really effective range harass, and then if Shyvana comes in, just tears them apart. Caitlyn is very strong early in the game. Janna extremely strong as well. They don't want to give up those kills.
So we actually got Voyboy here. We got himself a Brutalizer, and you got a nice little Null Magic Mantle as well. Going to be taking a little bit less damage from those spears if and when they do land, but we do have Dignitas here starting up on Dragon, but there is a ward. CLG does know, and St. Vicious getting in position. Focus putting down some wards, making sure they can see. We got the artillery shots coming in, and they stole it. But now St. Vicious, can he get away? We got the ghost from Mordekaiser. Can we get the kill? Just a little bit more? Yes.
But all of that poke damage from Cog has them all extremely low. Cog actually going to flash over the wall, pick up Dominate, and almost picking up Cutie Pie. He is going to chase him down with his passive, get that kill, but now Skara chasing with Voyboy. Caitlyn has to get out of there. It was kind of an even fight for them, but Voyboy trying to pick up this last kill. Janna will be able to get him out of there. So actually, Hotshot going to be chasing after Skara. Did land a really nice spear and almost able to pick up the kill. Does have the Ignite going down. Doesn't want to face off against St. Vicious's Ghost.
That was a little bit. Oh
wow.
Almost. So 2 for 2 over by Dragon, and we did a good successful steal from CLG courtesy of Kog'Maw. Voyboy back in mid, trying to push the lane up now. Hotshot half health, doubling it back. I think we're going to take some wolves or even go back to top lane. But still, even then, despite that fight, gold is still pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, it was really effective play, like you said, from CLG. St. Vicious coming in there with the Smite Steal. Kog'Maw over the wall, getting off so much damage. St. Vicious, there was a time where it looked like he was just going to be bursted down. He did go down eventually, but the slow from Kog'Maw, because everyone on Dignitas is now, this short-range team, the slow was just able to get them all clumped up where they're chasing, and then he was able to get those successive artillery shots, be really effective in that damage.
So we have the artillery shots, we have the spears. It's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be quite a bit of damage CLG's dishing out if they can go and get the position they want. And Skara.
And Big Fat in that mid lane, just dropping Skara with that ranged harass. He is going to back up now. Just really surprised how effective it is at taking down the shield, but we do have Mundo coming top once again. Voyboy being aggressive. I think Hotshot kind of knows it's coming, so he's getting out of there. But he do have the ward, so he's actually going to stick around for a little bit. So he knows Dominate's there, going to chuck a spear. Not really too much damage, but actually jumping in on Voyboy, but he will be fine.
Hotshot's going to be able to just leap away from all of this. Very close to tower. Voyboy's not going to be able to do too much about this. Just a little bit of harass, a little bit of damage, just a nice even fight here. But in the meantime, we do have Big Fat Dominate come down. Missed Cleaver gets juked. Not a whole lot happening there, but artillery shots as he's walking away. Some free damage from Big Fat and Skara. I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried now at this point. We got the Magic Pen boots. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get in range to take advantage of those, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of honestly surprised by the Mordekaiser pick. It is, a really strong champion in Skara's repertoire, but considering the kiting potential that CLG has, considering that poke, that's kind of a hard counter to Mordekaiser. So the key is if Dignitas can force CLG to engage, then Dignitas has just such a huge advantage in those upfront fights. But CLG definitely has the cutting potential. We do see Mordekaiser starting to come in this bottom lane, though. And actually, Cutie Pie getting off some great damage against Double Lift. Does have that blue buff, spamming those bombs. And now Mordekaiser coming in behind him. See if he can pick up this under the tower. We do have Mundo as well. He is going to be going after Double Lift, so Chowster is going to get out of there. But with the exhaust, he is going to go down. Dominate blocking the ultimate from Locust. So a kill for Dignitas.
Skara, perfect timing to walk down from through the jungle. 4-man push on bot. We got the wave coming in. I think Dignitas is going to go ahead and back off. They got their kill. They got what they wanted. But we do have pings.
Yeah, well, while they were all bot lane, we saw St. Vicious going into the top lane, taking that tower below half health, recognizing there wasn't going to be a whole lot of threat to stop him. So, being really effective there. And Skara, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how he gets in the game. Once he has the slow, he does give them a little bit more of an engage, particularly with Lee Sin. And Lee Sin getting off some nice damage to Saint, but probably won't go for a kill here. They're actually continuing to duel. We do have Nidalee coming in. Saint with the ultimate, and now Hotshot going to be able to take this down. But there's the kick from Voyboy jumping onto St. Vicious. Can he get the kill? It's very close, but Nidalee able to pick it up. Saint baiting him in until Hotshot could come and help him out.
Man, we got Cutie Pie barely getting away. We also got Dominate here. A little bit late to the party, but man, what good kill top lane.
Yeah, and now we will see a lot of split push from Hotshot. His teleport is up. He can be extremely aggressive in this top lane. Skara sitting around the red, doesn't want them to counter jungle, knows that Shyvana just had to recall, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what happens once Skara gets a realize, probably, you know, or I don't know, once he gets a little bit tankier, is able to maybe pick off targets, Kog'Maw in particular, in these fights.
Hotshot gonna go ahead and back. How much money? We got a little bit. We got a fair amount of money actually on Skara. We can go ahead. I think we might see probably the Giants belt first, I believe. A little bit extra health on there.
I'm curious. I mean, you're right.
Ooh.
That is good. I was wondering whether or not he would get a Negatron cloak for that damage, and he is. So he can keep up his shield a little bit more easily. He was taking a lot of damage from Big Fat. So that's, you know, generally a pretty common build to go the Will of the Ancients into the Negatron. After that, you're right. Probably the Giants belt, unless he wants to go with more of a damage build, and he already has a number of tanks for his team. So he might actually decide that he wants to sit back, but the Nidalee Spear taking him down a little bit, and CLG able to take a tower mid, being actually very aggressive, starting their pushing, and we actually have the ultimate from Doublelift going to take Skara down, see if they can stop him from even being able to engage while they're just sitting here poking down this tower, wearing it down with the long range from Caitlyn. She is very aggressive at taking towers, and Big Fat with that spam ability.
Dignitas here, all members waiting late in the jungle. Extreme can get an ambush while they're walking away. They thought they'd stick around just for a little bit longer. Everyone from Dignitas just converged, tried to see if they can't make something happen, but you know, that tower, 310 health it looks like. And we got Voidboy actually going in, trying to get a little bit slow, but we got this next mini wave pushing. CLG's looking to take this tower out real quick. I'm not sure if Dignitas should be sticking around for this.
Yeah, CLG definitely has an extremely strong pushing team with that range. There it is, the second tower. We'll see whether or not they stick with this, but it does open up ganking opportunities for Dignitas. We do see Locust coming in behind. If he can get that nice ultimate, then that'll be huge, you know, for this next fight.
Yeah, we got two members of Dignitas there are on the back row. We could see Dignitas push this. Skara is actually really weak though. Dominate trying to take as much damage as he can. St. Bish is now going towards the back of the line, and Cutie Pie belted immediately. They saw what was up, they saw right through the plan, and they knew how to focus it. Skara barely getting away.
But just too much kiting from CLG. Even with that ultimate, we didn't see the best new ult that you want. We had the Monsoon from Chowster able to split off the team. They just have so much kiting potential, and CLG going to take an inhibitor. It's going to be extremely difficult for Dignitas to come back into this game at this point. But the thing is, with a poke team, there's very low room for error. CLG, just one single mistake. Dignitas, if they get a Baron, if Dignitas is able to pick off a member of CLG, very quickly, the poke team becomes weak in team fights. If the enemy team can be aggressive, force you into fights, then very quickly, you know, poke is a lot weaker. But at the same time, CLG just fantastic play with this poke comp right now, able to slowly wear down Dignitas and then just not allow the engage. We don't have that hard engage from Dignitas that you would like, and it will be very difficult with their comp.
In the meantime, we do have Caitlyn top lane. We're going to go ahead and take the top tier tower here. Number 1 tier tower going down top lane, and Voidboy, ooh, taking a surprise spear from Hotshot from the bush.
He's going to get another one too. Hotshot just chasing him down, but actually jumping into him. So Voidboy has to use his ultimate there to get Hotshot off of him. In the meantime, wow, almost another spear, but we do have Dignitas taking that dragon.
Too far. Hotshot's a little bit too far out here. The tides are turning. Locust and Skara now in pursuit. You see Skara got to leap away, needs to try and get away as far as he can. Hotshot will actually leave those leaps.
And so there you go, so much mobility from CLG. Hotshot able to play so aggressively, knowing he can just easily escape from Dignitas's clutches. They can't get, you know, those pickoffs that they like. So I don't know if they have such a strong tanky team, if they can force a fight, that's always the case. But St. Vicious chasing down Voidboy here, does have the red buff, is getting a lot of damage under tower. We have the rest of CLG coming in, but Dignitas with the kill. There it is, Lee Sin going to go down. Big Fat with that long range. There's the Caitlyn ultimate. CLG picking up the kill. Big Fat onto Nunu, and now CLG has this fight. They can zone them now. Can we see a Big Fat ultimate onto Skara? The slow going off onto Dominate, but this is going to be another tower, and in the meantime, mid is pushing from that inhibitor.
We have all the super minions in mid. They should be hitting the next.
Oh, those shots!
Soon.
The Nidalee Spear almost hitting, but Big Fat hitting all of his ultimates.
We got Big Fat with the mortar shots. We got Hotshot with the spears. There's no way Dignitas can defend this, and we have the push from the super minions here onto the Nexus towers. missing one more spear, but you know, it's okay. We got the Trez, we got a little bit, few minions. We got another wave coming very soon. All Dignitas back up. CLG might want to back off here, but they can go ahead and get a little bit more harass on his tower, going halfway down. Now CLG needs to get out of here real quick.
And there you see the burst from Kog'Maw. He has that slow to disengage so easily. It's so difficult for Dignitas to have the fight that they want. And then Skara taking all of that damage from that range damage, and CLG just slowly pushing down this tower. Know they can be extremely safe and just make life hell for Dignitas right now.
One more creep wave. They should be able to take out this tower pretty convincingly. Everyone in the game is here. All 10 members in our game are top tower here. We got Dignitas trying to defend. We got CLG with this wave. Should be able to poke it down, at which point we could have another inhibitor going down very quick if we get that inhib. If CLG gets a few members of the Dignitas, they could just push for game. If not, they can go for Baron and try and secure it. Tower going down, CLG. What are you going to do? Are you going to go? Are you going to go in? Are you going to back off? We're waiting. Waiting to see. We got more spears coming in. I think they're just waiting for their opportunity. If they can get a little bit more damage on Dignitas, they might just go in. Dignitas backing away wisely, giving up this inhibitor, trying to get them in a little bit closer. Dominate coming in, but the inhibitor will go down. And now it's CLG. They've done what they needed to do, but Voyboy going in with the kick, following up with the Q and melting immediately, a little bit too hasty. Dominate in the middle of the fight, Locust Nunu ult getting blown away by Chester. Dominate is now trying to run away, still absorbing as much damage as he can. Big Fat LP being focused down by Dignitas, but it's not going to be doing a whole lot. Nunu almost getting away, but Big Fat LP will actually fall. Mundo going to be the next to go down. We got the Ghost. We have a nice little Kog'Maw Ghost though for Skara, but will he die before Kog'Maw gets any shots off? Cutie Pie double flashing over the wall. Can we get
the spear!
Oh!
And so you saw, actually, as he was kiting, Doublelift dropped a trap so that they had vision, and in the meantime, St. Vicious pushing mid, but the trap gave them vision of Cutie Pie over that wall, the beautiful spear, and that's what you see, just such effective play from CLG. You know, once Dignitas gets it engaged, they're definitely extremely strong in these fights. Just one, misstep from CLG could instantly turn it into Dignitas' favor. That is the threat. But CLG, just with perfect coordination, able to kite Dignitas so effectively in these fights.
CLG, they've taken down 2 inhibitors from Dignitas, and you know what? I think we're getting ready. We're getting the wards. Chester's putting them all around Baron. They want to make sure they can secure it for themselves. Dignitas could try and dispute this, but in the meantime, they're going to have all these super minions pushing in onto their base. They can be here, but not for very long. CLG ramping up, mobilizing it towards Baron. They should be taking this ASAP, but we do have an inhibitor respawn in mid, but we still have a few super minions going in for the push. Skara clearing out minion wave top.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious whether or not CLG go for this Baron or not. I doubt they will because they are at an advantage right now. They know their best situation is when they have this open lane. They can sit there and stall, have those great Nidalee spears, have those Kog'Maw ultimates, and just stall Dignitas right in the middle of the lane, slowly pushing down the inhibitor. So you see they are coming mid, and then they can transition to bottom lane, completely ignore Baron because they have no use for it. The regen would be nice, but Baron is about the only way. It is one of the main ways that Dignitas is going to try and get into this game. If Dignitas can catch CLG doing Baron, maybe get a steal, get a good fight, and then very quickly they would win. But again, those Nidalee spears chunking Nunu, he is going to have to back, and this should be the push for the inhibitor now.
We've managed to get one member of Dignitas out of the fight. He has no choice but to back, regain some health, and in the meantime, we got Doublelift just plugging away at the inhibitor. Another huge spear, all this damage, and now Dominate. He's getting a little bit too hasty. He has to go right in on our front line. Will he be able to get away just barely? And we got the ult going down from Caitlyn onto Skara, barely edging it out, but St. Vicious now in front. The Chouster getting the ult off, getting a little bit extra heals off. We got the inhibitor now going down once again in mid. We almost had a Shyvana Ghost, but CLG got their objective, backing it once again for the reset.
Yeah, in all these fights, you see CLG not going in for those heavy kills. They're just sitting there constantly kiting, constantly wearing them down so that they can take the turret advantages. That's what they want. And so with those 2 inhibitors down, they can just set up in this bottom lane now and just slowly wear down